Beaumont High School here in Beaumont, California. We had some technical difficulties to start off the game, and you guys missed quite a bit. A kickoff return for Beaumont. Return for a touchdown as the Cougars here strike first. They're up by a score of 7-0. Alongside here, Tim Barker, Manny Nunez, Joel Diaz, our producer, and our big man doing the camera is Jonathan Silva. Tim Barker, this is probably the game of the year here for Tahquitz. This is basically the battle for second, maybe even first place, depending on what Citrus Hill does. Winner might get a home game. Loser might start their playoff campaign on the road.
Well, Manny, this is actually another big game for Tahquitz. I mean, last week they played a tough game against Citrus Hill, and unfortunately they were at the wrong end of that score. But this will be another big test for Tahquitz in the running back of Joe Jeffers, who averages 224 yards a game, and Josh Martin, who averages 157 pass yards a game. So this will be another big test for Tahquitz here.
Still that quarterback here, number 5, Fernando Blanco. We still have Benjamin Moreno still out with a fractured scapula. It's still undetermined when he will come back. As I talked to head coach Dennis Gregovich before the game, he's saying that it's still uncertain, but they're on a week-to-week basis. They still trust Fernando Blanco regardless of what happened last week, but they really faced off against a really tough team at Citrus Hill. They basically got beat by the best of the best out of the league.
Yeah, and this is going to be a really big fight for second place, depending on if Citrus Hill wins there. But I think Tahquitz, if they can really stay focused tonight against this really big Beaumont, especially, and again, this is Tahquitz's game. They like to use Jonte Price for those big run plays, and then they have not only Sean Asparis, but also Michael Stewart for those big pass plays. And I think you also have to watch out for Tahquitz and their hurry-up offense, because that is their bread and butter, and that's what Beaumont has to really stay on top of and make sure they don't get tired, because that's how Tahquitz is going to beat you. They'll beat you with Jonte Price on the run, and they'll use their hurry-up offense to tire you out, and then they'll throw a deep pass to Michael Stewart and get into the end zone.
Third down and maybe a pinky toe away from that first down marker here. Back on the shotgun, Blanco. Single back behind him, Jonte Price. Again, a 7-0 ball game. If you're joining us, Beaumont took the kickoff return for a touchdown. The handoff to Price, believe it or not, folks, he might be short. He might have lost a full yard there on the play. Just needed an inch, maybe a centimeter, not sure, but he did not get the gain.
Well, and one thing they have to watch out for is Austin Pena, and he has at least 10 tackles per game and at least one sack per game as well. So we definitely know that Beaumont has an iron curtain of their own. So Tahquitz really has to make sure they exploit their pass game here coming up against Beaumont.
Going forward here on fourth down, the throw up the middle to Michael Stewart on the slant, off his chest, and incomplete. They needed a half yard to move the chains for the first down, third down, and an inch. They hand it up to Price. They go short. Fourth down correction. Some confusion on the field. There's actually the offense is still out there. So now they're going to say it's fourth down. The scoreboard said fourth down. It actually says first down and 10 right now. The referees are conferring. The down marker actually said third down and short when Price did make the run. Now it's down to fourth down after the throw. Referees conferring. They're going to say maybe another fourth. I think this is fifth down. Maybe fifth down, not sure. Regardless, they get another chance here to move the chains here. Fourth down and 3. Price here in the backfield. Blanco with the shotgun. They'll hand it off to Price. Up the middle. He'll get the first down. A lucky break. 5 yards. Keep the chains moving.
And that's what Jonte Price is really good at. He's really good at pushing the ball forward, finding those holes in that offensive line that is such a big part of their Tahquitz's offense. And I think when you need a first down, you definitely can rely on Jonte Price.
So up to the fourth down play. First down and 10 here. The sweep play down to Tavares. Talton, he gets to the line of scrimmage, shoved out to the sideline, down to about the 25. No gain on the play. Second down and 10. And again, you look at the schedule here for Beaumont. They're coming in with a record of 7-2 overall. And their only loss in league play came out of Citrus Hill. Same goes for Tahquitz, but both teams can really put up points. The last game against Hemet, a 26-14 win, and that was out on the road. Their last home game of the year here on Senior Night. Second down and a loss on the last play. Second and 11. The throw down to Michael Stewart about a yard shy in front of him. Correction, it was Tavares Tolton on the play. Regardless, could not make the diving catch. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, it looks like the ball slipped out of Fernando Blanco's hands. And I think it's, again, we also have to mention that Benjamin Moreno is out with that fractured scapula. So Fernando Blanco really has to fill some big shoes for the senior.
3rd down here and 11 yards to go. Ball at the 26. A throw up the middle. Looking for Sean Asparis. Out of reach. Incomplete.
Yeah, Sean Asparis is their huge tight end, and he's usually kind of their bread and butter. They can usually go to him for an emergency type play. But again, I think you have to watch out for Fernando Blanco. This is only his 2nd game starting when it comes, his 3rd game starting. We can count for the West Valley, we can count for Citrus Hill, and this is his 3rd game against the Beaumont Cougars.
Dropping back here, 4th down, looking for Stewart along the end zone with the catch and the touchdown. Michael Stewart from Fernando Blanco, 26 yards, as Tahquitz takes it to the house.
And that's what Tahquitz really does. They do a couple of plays here and there, and if they don't work, they do to their fail-safe Michael Stewart, Sean Asparis, and that's exactly what they did.
So on the response there from Beaumont's kickoff, return for a touchdown to open up the game. They this time go about 70 yards and a due part on the 4th down pass from Blanco down to Michael Stewart. Now setting up for the extra point, setting up for 2, now bunched up in the XP formation, ready to kick the ball off. Set to go, the snap, the hold, the kick, it is up, and it is a good. A way to respond here for Tahquitz, going 70 yards, capping off on a 26-yard pass from Fernando Blanco to Michael Stewart. A 7-7 ball game. We'll take a quick timeout right here. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by our title sponsor, Trinity Energy Solutions. Trinity Energy Solutions is a green energy company and specializes in the installation of power shaver energy-saving systems. For more information, find TES online at trinityenergysolutions.org or call them at 951-654-0824. Trinity Energy Solutions, saving energy across the world.
7-7 ball game here, opening quarter. Again, the fight for 2nd place here in the Mountain Pass League. What a game, and what a way to finish it off here in the by far one of the best fan bases here in the southern section, the Beaumont Cougars. When they say a sporting event happens here, a football game for that matter, the whole town comes up and reunites.
Absolutely, Manny, and you can definitely tell how much a fan base cares about their football team when you see how nice their stadium is, and what better setting than Beaumont Stadium and their brand new video board and their brand new stadium. It really shows how much the fan base cares about their football program and how much the school cares about their football program. So I'm really excited to see how this game's going to pan out tonight for 2nd place.
Beaumont here takes the field. They return the ball at the 37-yard line. Now setting up here 1st down and 10. On the run, up along the far side. It'll be here about 11-yard gain there on the play. Well enough for the 1st down as they reach near midfield.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to comment on is Josh Martin, their quarterback, who averages 157 pass yards per game. So I think when you have such a steel curtain in the Tahquitz defense, that's definitely what you want to go to. So we might see a gun in Josh Martin throwing the ball in the air tonight.
You know, one of the best players here out of the Mountain Pass League, Josh Martin here under center here now, setting up 2nd down and 3. They said it was a 7-yard gain on the run. There's the Tahquitz defensive line. Back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Tahquitz, I can guarantee you when they were watching film this week, they definitely concentrated on Joe Jeffers, who again averages about 225 yards per game, which is insane compared to DeJounte Price, who we all know is a dynamite sort of player, and only averages 182. So I think when Tahquitz was looking at film this week, they definitely said Joe Jeffers is their bread and butter, so you better watch out for him.
Same size and same build between him and DeJounte Price. A battle of 2 running backs on the pitch back here. 3rd down, right down to Gregory Cohn, reaching to about the 48-yard line. And I think it will be enough for a 1st down. So counted 3 on the play. And I believe the referee's here positioned. Yes, that will move the chains.
Yeah, and that's a strong run by Beaumont. I think they almost, if you think about it, they're a mirror image of the Tahquitz team. They have the same weapons, the same type of offense. They have kind of a hurry-up offense, but I think when you look at them stat-wise, they're about the same.
On the quick pass down to Chris Robinson. The screen pass gets him only to the line of scrimmage as, again, the Tahquitz secondary sniffs out that play. It'll here set up a second down and about 10 yards to go. And, again, Tahquitz last week taking on Citrus Hill. You can really count it more or less as a test game. Obviously, they're facing one of the best teams out of Division 8 in the Eastern Division, and obviously taking on one of the best teams out there. You basically take it as it comes. Going into this week, though, they're pretty much coming out with the same firepower. They're not letting anything down, and really that game was kind of just to see where they're at up to this point.
Absolutely, and I think to comment on that, when we all know Jonte Price and his big plays and his big runs, he was only limited to 39 yards on 16 carries, which we never really hear of, and so. That's where we can really measure how Tahquitz is, and especially coming back from such a dismal season last season, 2-8, and now they're 7-1, which is phenomenal, especially for Coach Dennis Gregovich.
Chris Gura there on the catch for about 5 yards, but as he was brought down, he was grabbed by the face mask, drawing a penalty. And that's been the story, the theme of this whole season, really, on both sides, either on Tahquitz or on the other side of the ball. Usually those second and third downs, just silly mistakes really cost them. And obviously for Tahquitz, it cost them 15 more after the run.
Well, and one thing you don't want to look back on if you're a Tahquitz fan is that West Valley game, because that was just full of penalties.
On the throw, just out of reach. That was right down to Alan Henley. He had some green right in front of him, but he could not reel that catch in. Set up here, second down and 10 with the ball at the 41. Again, if you're just joining us here alongside here, Tim Barker, Manny News here, making the call once again. The last game of the year between Beaumont and Tahquitz. Both teams coming in with a record of 7-2. A record of also 3-1 in Mountain Pass League play, tied for second place. On second down, the handoff up the middle. Taking it down to about the 38. That was Greg Rincon again on the play. Correction, down to the 39. It'll still be a third and long.
Yeah, man, I think, again, we'd like to mention that this Tahquitz team and the Beaumont Cougars are almost match for match, and I think, as the score says right now at the top of your screen, it's 7-7. There was a big play for Beaumont with that kickoff return, but, Tahquitz isn't afraid to answer right back.
Whistle and illegal procedure called against Beaumont, so bring out the line of scrimmage back about 5 yards, setting it up to about the 44 here, third down and 14. And that's the thing. Obviously, Tahquitz not too far removed, obviously making their first potential playoff run in school history, but still a lot to be accomplished, especially on both sides. It's to be a very, very physical game, and we're barely into the first quarter here, tied up at 7. On the play action, and there is the sack. On the takedown, Casey Miller. Rushing down to the legs and taking down the quarterback. Fourth and long, and that will bring out the punting unit.
Yeah, and that was a lucky play by Tahquitz, because there was a man wide open downfield. So, again, Tahquitz has to play their game. They have to stay focused, and this is actually a big stop for them. This is a chance for Tahquitz to go on top. When Fernando Blanco comes out, he has to realize he has to get down the field and get a score so they can get the defense back on the field.
Mytorius Boyd here in the backfield to take the punt. He signaled fair catch, but he's going to take it here anyway. A couple of jukes, and then he gets taken down to about the 30-yard line. A couple of nice moves. That was a great return, as a matter of fact. Backed away from the fair catch, but instead he gained about 20 on the play.
Yeah, it's almost like he kind of was getting ready to raise his hand, but he kind of, I guess, if you want to say, faked out all the Beaumont players and kind of took it upon himself and actually gained a good 15, 20 yards on the play.
So here comes back the Tahquitz offense on the field. Their last drive was capped off again by a 26-yard touchdown pass on 4th down from Blanco to Michael Stewart. First down and 10 here with the ball at the 30-yard line. Blanco in the shotgun. Play action, rolling out right side. He's going to take it himself at the 35, jumps over a defender, and then gets brought down to about the 38. Thinking with his feet, gaining about 7.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I thought that was a pretty good decision by Fernando Blanco. He had a lot of room in front of him to gain instead of put the ball in the air and possibly get a turnover.
Second down here and 3. Back in the no-huddle shotgun formation. Single back, 2 receivers to the quarterback left-hand side. Clock here ticking, another 3:05 to go. Price with the handoff. Gets to about the 40, maybe the 41. It will be a first down regardless. Last week against Citrus Hill, Jonte Price, one of the premier running backs, was shut down completely. Couldn't get as many. I think his biggest game last week was maybe close to about 13 yards. And that was his only 10-plus yard run last week.
Yeah, Manny, I think if you really want to comment on the running game, you're going to comment probably mostly on the end of that game when the score is pretty much out of reach for Tahquitz. I mean, if we look at Jonte Price's stats for last week at Citrus Hill, he only had 39 yards. 16 carries. That is very uncharacteristic of Jonte. We usually see him burst out and get maybe a 60-yard touchdown run, but that Citrus Hill team was very well prepared for Tahquitz.
Blanco here looking for Mytorius Boyd all by himself. He takes it to the sideline up inside the Cougar 45. About a 20-yard pass on the play. Actually had a chance to take it himself, as a matter of fact. He had a lot of open space in front of him, but he'll take the first down regardless. Here now, first down and 10. Another quick pass over to Michael Stewart, and that will be a loss in the play as the Beaumont secondary was all over him.
Yeah, Manny, if that play needs to work, you need to have better blocking by your receivers on that side, and obviously right away you had both corners come up and tackle Michael Stewart there, and it was unfortunate, but they'll get it right back with probably either a run play by Jonte Price or maybe an up-the-middle pass by Sean Asparis.
Again, the handoff here to Price, up along the far side. He's at the 40. He gets maybe the first down. He was pushed out of bounds around the 35. They're going to say he is down. Oh, I don't know about though. They're going to say he's down at the 36.
And there's that hurry-up offense that Tahquitz has. They're already ready on the ball. They're trying to exploit Beaumont's physicality, and they're trying to really see if they're ready to be test their endurance.
Yeah, I don't think they really care about whatever down it is. They'll just run it anyway. Jonte Price again on the run. He gets the first down and then dives by the base of his foot, diving to about the 31-yard line. Enough for a first down, moving the chains. And again, like you said, Tim, back out of the no-huddle offense. Chains are set here. Clock is winding. 1:19 to go. The handoff to Derek Peters. A shoulder stiff arm, and then gets pushed out of bounds right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
And this is how you can really tell if a defense is ready to take on Tahquitz, to see how much endurance they have in this hurry-up offense that's just such a juggernaut. We like to mention so many weapons that Tahquitz has in Michael Stewart, Jonte Price, Sean Asparis, Derek Peters. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And so I think if we're going to really gauge to see how well Beaumont's going to play tonight, it's going to be when Tahquitz gets up to the line in their hurry-up offense.
And that's the thing. You look at this game today, too. Both teams are really evenly matched. Now, I don't think Tahquitz has really faced a team like Beaumont where they can kind of level up with them side by side. So this could be a game of trade-offs, so to speak, either a slugfest or maybe one of those closest where the defense can really stand tall and win the game here on either side. On second down and 11, dropping back, Blanco looking for Stewart. Popped out of his hands. Great defensive work by the secondary. Pierre Simpson with the hand on the play.
Absolutely. That was absolutely perfect. Michael Stewart had the ball in his hands, and all he had to do was stick his hands out, and it popped it right out. And that was excellent defensive coverage, and I tip my hat to him.
Yeah, great work, but especially by that coverage by Simpson, who was well on top of Michael Stewart, just really sneaking him down. Here, third down now and about maybe close to about 11 yards to go. back in the shotgun again. Blanco handing it off to Price. Up the middle. Into the pile. And then gains maybe about 5. Obviously, to no surprise, this will be 4 down territory. They could kick the field goal. They're in position far enough for the kicker to do so. But obviously, with this Tahquitz offense, they want to run it and use their offense all the way through.
Yeah, Manny, right now they're 1 for 1 on the 4th down play. It looks like we're getting ready to start the second quarter.
So the first quarter will end back-to-back touchdowns here scored. First off on the kickoff return by Beaumont to start the game. And then secondly on the return, it was Tahquitz, 26 yards from Stewart. Down from Price. A 7-7 ball game. We'll take a timer right here. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
Our first quarter tonight was brought to you by My Mama's Pizza. Located on the corner of Sanderson and Devonshire, My Mama's Pizza is open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right now you can get a large 1-topping pizza, a large salad, and 4 soft drinks for just $22.99. Take advantage of this limited time special. Visit My Mama's Pizza today because nobody feeds you like Mama.
I'm telling you, I am stuffed after today. I mean, that was by far one of the best meals I have ever had, Tim. You know, that large pizza, it fed the 4 of us very well, too, especially with that large salad. That was a great pick-me-up.
Absolutely, Manny. It keeps you nice and warm inside in this chilly night here in Beaumont. I mean, it's absolutely it's starting to feel like winter now, which is actually quite nice.
And it's going to be short coming, though. It'll be close to the 90s come Monday or Tuesday. Interesting weather here in SoCal. On the rollout, on 4th down, the throw up the middle. It's complete. Is it enough for the first down? Yes. Great offensive call there by Tahquitz. Finding Michael Stewart up the middle. A 7-yard gain, and that will move the chains. Right back again in the no huddle. First down and 10 inside the 20, down to the 19. Blanco takes the snap. Quick pass down to Stewart. Diving to about the 10, about a yard shy from a first down, gain of 9.
Yeah, and Tahquitz is really good about moving the ball inch by inch, and I think this is where they really have their successes. Yes, they do have a really lots of plays in their arsenal that can go deep and go long, but again, I think this is Tahquitz's bread and butter when it comes to the short yardage plays.
Second down and a very short 1 yard to go. Second quarter just underway, 11:20 and counting to go in the first half. The handoff here to Price, up along the far side. He'll get brought down by the stiff arm. Tahquitz arguing for a flag on the play, a personal foul call, but they're not going to get it. Regardless, still, I don't know if he might have gotten the first down. The down marker flips it 3rd down. They're going to say it is a first down, so they will drop the chains as they're now positioned 8 yards away from the end zone.
Yeah, that was a scary play. Thought it got him by maybe the horse collar, but sometimes the ref can't see everything. So good thing that he's okay and he's up ready to play again.
First down here and about goal to go at the 9-yard line. Blanco in the shotgun, Price in the backfield. 2 receivers right-hand side. Takes the snap, stays up the middle. The throw to Michael Stewart on the slant for the touchdown. Michael Stewart, 9 yards, taking it to the house.
And again, Manny, like I said before, Tahquitz is really good at those short yardage plays. They just do a quick 5 and in, quick post, and they get an easy score.
13-7 here. Tahquitz on top. About a minute and 7 into the second quarter. About a 3.5-minute drive. Tahquitz here setting up for the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is long enough. It's straight enough, and it is a good. 70 yards again. Michael Stewart's second touchdown on the night from Fernando Blanco. 14-7. Quick timeout right here. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP.
So the 3.5-minute drive, 70-yard drive, that was again capped off by the 9-yard pass from Blanco down to Michael Stewart, setting it up to be a 14-7 Tahquitz lead with the defense on the field after the kickoff. You really think about it here so far, no defensive touchdowns allowed here by the Titans in the first 14 minutes of play.
Yeah, and that's a very good sign for Beaumont, at least. I think Tahquitz is still early in the game. I think that Tahquitz defense, that their steel Iron Curtain, still has a chance to show who they really are. They just have to be careful that they don't allow a big run like they did in the opening drive.
On the kickoff, up along the far side, gained about 5 on the play, and the Beaumont Cougars will start at around the 35-yard line. Again, a 14-7 ball game, 10:47 to go here in the first half of play. Alongside Tim Barker, Manny Nunez here making the call in this one. The final game here of Mountain Pass League play between the Titans and the Cougars. They'll battle for at least second place, if not, depending on if Citrus Hills loses, possibly a share of a league title. On first down, the handoff to, I believe it's J.J. Lewis on the play, gaining about, looks to be 2 on the play. Second down and 8. So for Beaumont right now, they've been seeing a lot of this Tahquitz defensive line. Again, last week, the defensive line of Citrus was Tahquitz was very well tested. Got beat up a couple of times, but in all reality, the defense did fairly well. Got another test here, a fumble on the handoff, still loose. They're going to say he was down. He actually let the ball go in at the last second after he was down, but they're going to say he was down, falling on top of the ball.
Yeah, that's what we like to call. That's what one thing that lots of quarterbacks need to learn. And he's still young, so it's okay. But he needed to catch the ball first before he looked downfield to pass it, and I think that's what happened. He looked downfield too fast, and it popped out of his hand. So luckily, he jumped right on top of it and stayed on the ball.
So third down here and about 15 yards to go after the 7-yard sack. Back under center is Jacob Ulibari. On the throw, great catch, and there he goes. The tight end at the number 33 said he was down at the 50. Last second whistle. He was off to the races. No one was going to get him, but he just stepped out of bounds just after the catch.
Yeah, Tahquitz got very lucky that he stepped out of bounds, because if he had not stepped out of bounds, he was off to the races, and there was just so much green in front of him. So I think Tahquitz, again, they have their own set of trick plays that their offense has. So I think that's what Tahquitz says is almost like a kind of a wake-up call for them, and so that now that they know Beaumont can do those type of plays, they have to be ready to play that zone defense when it comes time for that.
First down here and 10. The handoff up the middle. Gaining about maybe 2 yards on the play, and that is, again, J.J. Lewis setting up here second down and about 8. In a 14-7 ball game, 3 minutes here into the second quarter, and right now the Cougars, by far, I think one of their best offensive drives, 4 drives in, and their fourth one so far looking pretty good.
Absolutely, Manny. I think they've, like we keep on saying, the Tahquitz Titans and the Beaumont Cougars are pretty evenly matched, and so when you see Beaumont, you can't be surprised that they're running the ball well, that they're getting their plays off, running smoothly, and it's almost like we're watching Tahquitz football in blue uniforms. Yeah.
Again, J.J. Lewis there on the handoff down to about the 45, a gain of about 4 on the play. Setting up here third down at about 4 yards to go. And the thing with Beaumont, they're playing pretty conservative. This time around on this drive, they're controlling the ball rather well, and they're just kind of, letting the clock down tick a little by little, and they're really just trying to keep the ball on their own side of the ball on the field.
Absolutely, and now we have number 11, Jacob Ulibari, in for quarterback.
Another fumble on the play. Beaumont falls on top of it. A wasted play there by the Cougars. A loss of about 3, and that will send out the punting team.
Yeah, again, I think what it seems to me is Beaumont's having a little trouble figuring out who their quarterback is, or something's going on. So they sent in their quarterback, Jacob Ulibari, who also plays defensive back, and that's why you had a little botched snap there.
So the Cougars here setting up to punt from their own 50. Or actually, they're now at midfield. Mytorius Boyd will take the punt. He will be brought down at the 30, and that will draw a flag. The near side judge launching it where the foul happened, and I believe there was a chunk of face mask on that play.
Yeah, absolutely, Manny. There was no doubt about that. It's almost like he grabbed one shoulder pad and the other face mask.
Ooh, I don't know. Instead, they're going to say illegal block in the back. Looked as if maybe Beaumont had a hand in the around the helmet, but they're actually going to give the call to Tahquitz for a man pushing illegally. So bring that kickoff back. It'll be around the 10-yard line. Wasn't a big gain anyway, but it's definitely depleted when you have to have your back near the end zone.
Well, but Tahquitz isn't. I can tell you right now, Tahquitz has been in this position before. And don't be surprised if we see a huge Jonte Price 90-yard run from all the way to the other end of the field. I mean, that's what Tahquitz is known to do. So watch out, because we might be going to the races sometime soon.
First down and 10 here at the, by the looks of it, 9-yard line. Blanco back in the shotgun. Two receivers left and right with the motion. Tavares takes the handoff up along the far side. Knocked out of bounds around the line of scrimmage. Short gain on the play. And with Tahquitz, as we've seen all season long, they've been really big on the reverses. Seen a couple of double reverses here and there, but Tavares Talton, never know what he's going to do. He could stop and throw. He's got a very good arm.
Yeah, absolutely, Manny. I mean, the one thing that Tahquitz is definitely also known for is their trick plays, and so I think Beaumont really has to be wary of those types of plays when it comes time to crunch time, and maybe at a time when it may not necessarily be known.
Second down here, triple option, handed off here to Price. Misses through a tackle and then gets down to about the 20. Nice 11-yard gain on that one. Well enough for a Tahquitz first down.
Yeah, and like we were saying, Tahquitz has a bunch of trick plays in their bag, and so I think if Beaumont wants to capitalize, they have to watch out for those trick plays. And they've already tried one against Tahquitz. Tahquitz might come right back and do one against them.
Oh, fumble on the play, and Blanco has to fall on top of the ball. A low snap, and he let his fingers slip through the ball. So a 5-yard loss on the bad snap. Second down and about 15 to go. Last thing you want to see, especially after that big gain, is to have a wasted play, and you got to go around 2 plays more to get the first down. The throw down to Stewart. It is complete. Maybe about 4 on the play, but it'll regardless set up 3rd and long.
Yeah, I think, again, it's going to be very interesting to see how Beaumont reacts to lots of these Tahquitz players and how they can cover them, because you don't know where they're going to go to. But I think, again, if you want to see a weakness in Tahquitz, it's definitely their quarterback in Fernando Blanco, who's only really started 3 games this whole season. So you really have to watch out for that.
Whistle and a timeout here called by the Tahquitz Titans, the first on either side. 5:46 to go in a very unusual game. It's the last time we've seen a game this low scoring. You go all the way back, I believe, to week 2 when they took on La Sierra. That was the second least points, or correction, the 3rd game of the year when they took on La Sierra. You know, they only put up 37 points, but it was around the same score. It was 14-7 near the end of the first half, and obviously we all remember the Derek Peters double reverse run for the touchdown. But regardless, both teams wanting to have the ball as long as they can.
Absolutely, Manny. I think we'd also like to mention, too, that Tahquitz, they tend to also be a second-half team. We forget, because we were so focused on the Citrus Hill game last week, Tahquitz tends to be a second-half team. So, yes, it may be low scoring in this first half or so, but watch out when we come back to the second half. Don't spin your dial there, because we have a doozy of a game here in the second half.
On the rollout here, Fernando Blanco throws it to Sean Asparis. It's complete. Down to about the 38. The play action sold perfectly. A 17-yard gain, enough for another Tahquitz first down.
And there's one of those weapons, Manny. Like I said, Sean Asparis, he was wide open on the throwback. And that was what an arm by Fernando Blanco, able to throw it across field.
First down here is Jonte Price diving. Correction, Derek Peters diving to a 5-yard gain here. 2nd down and 5 as the ball is now nearing midfield.
And that was a tough hit there. He got hit right in the back, and when you get hit in the back, man, that's really gotta hurt. And hopefully he'll be fine, him and his young body. But that's a tough hit to have.
2nd down here again. Blanco rolling out. Pass complete down to Stewart. Enough for another 1st down. He's down midfield, I believe, inside the Tahquitz 49. Great execution on this drive. Starting from the 10, getting down to the 50, and they're really using quite a bit of plays.
Absolutely, man. And like I said, Tahquitz will just go bit by bit. I mean, we like to see the big plays in Jonte Price and Michael Stewart and Sean Spears, but, what we like to see is just a little bit here and there, and that's exactly what they're doing.
So Bars here on the catch, and he's taken down in the backfield. This time the secondary said, no more. Let's push him back. Maybe loss of about 1, if not back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, and it looks to be 10.
Yeah, Tahquitz again. If they don't get that little by little play, you better watch out for that big play in Jonte Price or Michael Stewart.
2nd down and 10. Again, Blanco in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Price up the middle. Juking left, juking right, and then spinning and diving to about the 39-yard line. Another big gain by the running back in Jonte Price. 11 on the play, 1st down and 10.
One thing I like really about these Tahquitz running backs is they're not afraid to take a hit or get an extra couple yards just lowering their shoulder. I mean, I love it. They're not afraid to get hit. They take the ball, they go through that O-line, D-line, and then they meet that linebacker. They don't meet him by turning their back. They lower their shoulder, and they push on. They get a couple extra yards, and that's what I love about this Tahquitz running back game.
Beaumont here calling timeout. We will as well. About 4:11 to go, and Tahquitz in control here. 14-7. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
Greenleaf Gardening and Landscaping is a proud sponsor of tonight's 2nd quarter. Located at 42337 Santee Court, Greenleaf Gardening and Landscaping is your one-stop shop for your outdoor needs. Call Hemmett's Gardening and Landscaping experts today at 951-927-3693. That's 951-927-3693. Greenleaf for all your gardening and landscaping needs.
Back in action here in this one. 4:11 to go. Again, a 14-7 Tahquitz lead. They're at the Beaumont 39-yard line. Beaumont here calling timeout as we resume action. Safety first on the field as Derek Peters, I think, checking his socks, trying to see maybe there's a little flame coming out, but nonetheless, we're back out at it here. 1st down and 10. Again at the 39. Blanco in the shotgun. The handoff up to Peters down the middle, and he will take a tumble to the 37, but not before a very acrobatic 3-yard gain.
Yeah, he dived into the middle of the line there and just got hammered and just halted right there. And that's a good job by the Beaumont defense. They really trying to keep the ball from getting past the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 8. Blanco again in the shotgun. Price this time in the backfield. Play action, rolls out right side. He'll take it himself at the 30. And then runs out of bounds to about the 25. Again, the feet of Fernando Blanco. One thing that he's known to do compared to Benjamin Moreno is he can be creative with the ball.
Absolutely, and I think we're slowly starting to see Fernando Blanco grow up and starting to make great decisions. If there's nothing downfield, he just takes himself, and there's a lot of green in front of him, and all he needs to get is the 1st down to get him a new set of downs, which is great decision-making by Fernando.
So on the 12-yard gain here, 1st down and 10 at the Beaumont 26-yard line here. Clock stops at 3:37 after the out-of-bounds play. 2 receivers, right-hand side, 1st down throw. Ball is loose. I believe it is a fumble in the pile, and I think Blanco just recovered. He got crushed on the play, but luckily the ball in front of him takes a gorgeous bounce right into his hands. Whew! Wipe the sweat off his forehead. What a lucky play.
Yeah, boy, and it sure looked like his arm was coming forward, but it looks like the refs called it a fumble, and they'll be placed down there at the 35-yard line. Boy, what a scary play. When your arm comes forward, you never know what it's going to end up on. So it's good to see that he's okay.
2nd down and very long, about 18 to be exact. After the sack, he was down at about the 35. The handoff to Price. And again, taken down in the backfield. The defensive line of Beaumont has awoken. Wake up that beast. Push him back 2 more yards.
Yeah, the defensive line of the Cougars is really starting to step up, and I think when they see an obvious run play into Jonte Price, they really fire up and push that offensive line back and are able to get to Jonte. And I think, again, we're seeing an evenly squared match against Tahquitz and Beaumont, and someone's got to really step up here.
On 3rd down, this time 3 receivers, right-hand side. Asparis up in the tight spot. Throwing it up the middle, pass complete to Peters. Peters at the 25. Flag on the play. He gets a stiff arm. He'll reach into the end zone, diving for the touchdown. But we will see what the flag is. There's 2 around the 25, and I think it might be brought back. Not much celebration on the field. Yes, Tahquitz looks to be a little bit disappointed. It is a legal block in the back. So let's restart this one here.
Yeah, and that was a great play by Derek Peters getting into the end zone. But unfortunately, when you have a play like that's so successful, there's always most likely someone in a block with a block in the back or a hold. And unfortunately, Tahquitz, that was the Tahquitz end of it. So bring it back, and we'll try again.
I guess you could say on the plus side, though, they were able to move the line of scrimmage about maybe 3 yards. Still, it is going to be a long 3rd down, 3rd and 18 here as they're at the 35. Again, the same formation. 3 receivers, right side. Asparis near the middle. Rolling out. Colliding. Peters lost the ball. And then Asparis getting on top of it. Oh, man. Just a lot of confusion here on the field. Tahquitz could not execute that play, and I think it was a play-action sell, but it was just failed from the start.
Yeah, they almost ran into it. I think they knew what the play was, but they got their timing off a little bit. And so when you have your timing off, one player runs to the other player, and then the ball gets loose, and it just becomes a big mess. And I think Fernando Blanco and his running backs really have to get on the same page and make sure that they get the plays right, because they were on a great run there. They just a couple of mistakes in there, and that's what happens.
Beaumont almost there with the block. It'll take a Tahquitz bounce, and it's going to be downed, I believe, around the 8-yard line. A last-second touch there by the special team of Tahquitz. They downed it at around the 9-yard line. So if Beaumont wants to tie the game before the half, they got to go 91 yards. And they got to do it with 1:51 to go and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see if Beaumont goes into their 2-minute mode and really tries to get a score before the half ends, because I think it would be nice to see them to score, especially against Tahquitz, because they're just so equal. They're just absolutely equal when it comes to running, when it comes to passing. It'll be especially great for us fans here to get a close game, especially for not just second place, but home field advantage in the playoffs.
1st down and 10 at the 9-yard line. None of the chains have really moved, as a matter of fact, as Tahquitz deciding to maybe re-kick here. I believe it was a foul after. No, they are actually going to re-kick, as a matter of fact. There was no flag. There was a flag actually late, and I believe it might have been running into the kicker. So now the head judge running over to head coach Paul Lopez of Beaumont, and I think they're going to bring back the special teams unit on both sides.
I actually think, Manny, they actually are at 4th down and about 9 yards, so you might not be surprised to see Tahquitz's offense come back on the field and maybe try and get a big lead here before the half, but we'll see what happens when Tahquitz comes out here on the field.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was roughing the kicker, running into the kicker. There is a timeout here called by Beaumont, to discuss things. The thing is, if it was roughing the kicker, it would be an automatic 1st down. It was a 15-yard penalty, and obviously, they needed more than 15 yards to get the 1st down on the 4th down play. So, interesting call here, and obviously they're short enough to go for it. for if you are Tahquitz, and obviously to no surprise, they're going to bring the offense back on in the field. But, an interesting call, and I believe it was a late flag at the end. Both teams were setting up. In fact, most of the referees, except for the head judge, was ready to set the ball at the Beaumont 9. But, hey, let's redo things here, and Tahquitz will get one more shot.
And this is one of these moments, these game-changing moments right here that everybody lives for. If Tahquitz scores here, it'll put Beaumont in a huge hole going into halftime. But if Beaumont can hold them and get down for a score, we have a whole new ball game for us, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on to your seats, and here we go.
And seatbelts are fast tight here on this play. 4th down and a 9. Blanco here in the shotgun, dropping back, throws up the middle. It is caught. Yes, it is, and it's to Mytorius Boyd, and it is enough for the first down. Gutsy call there by Tahquitz. 11 yards on the play, and the flag for Beaumont cost him.
Holy smoke, and now Tahquitz is in scoring position. They're in the red zone, and they're about to score a touchdown.
On the handoff, Derek Peters. No, it is Fernando Blanco at the 10, taken near out of bounds. The clock will continue to run. 1:25 to go. A gain of about 5 yards on the play.
And that one play that we were talking about is probably the game changer. If Tahquitz can score here, it'll be definitely in the control of Tahquitz going into halftime. So Beaumont needs to their defense needs to step up and show Tahquitz what they're all about.
Second here and 5, ball at the 9-yard line. The handoff up the middle to Derek Peters, diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Tahquitz. 9 yards. Derek Peters into the blue and into the house.
And Manny, that one, like I keep repeating myself, that one play is what changed the game. We could have been maybe at 14-14, and now we're at 20, probably 21-7. So again, Beaumont needs to find some type of answer for this juggernaut of the Tahquitz offense.
And again, if you are just joining us, Beaumont received the kickoff, and that was their first points and their only points of the game. They're the kick up and good. Since then, this Beaumont offense has yet to put up any points on the board, and really give credit to this Tahquitz defense. At the same time, Beaumont, both sides really playing some juggernaut football, if you really think about it, especially this Beaumont offense. They've been playing pretty slow, but now with a 2-score deficit and maybe a chance, or not a chance to really take the kickoff in the second half, they've really got to get things going. They got to do it quick.
Absolutely, Manny. I think Beaumont, if they want to go into the locker room with some type of confidence, they really have to go with about 50 seconds and take it down the field and get a score. I think in order to really make this a game, it's because if they don't, it'll be a real climb in the second half to come back, because as we've mentioned before, Tahquitz tends to be a second half team.
A short kickoff taken at the 25. J.J. Lewis takes it out of bounds. A flag on the play, I believe, thrown by the back judge.
Yeah, it's hard to really tell what happened. I think he called fair catch, but then he started running, and I think maybe the Tahquitz. Oh, no, it's against Beaumont. Excuse me.
It is against Beaumont, and I think it might be an illegal shift nonetheless against Beaumont. But, yeah, nonetheless, that'll push him back 5 yards. So the drive will start here at the 19. Only a second came off the clock on the kickoff. So 51 ticks to go in the first half of play. Back out on the field, Jacob Ulibari here to take the snaps. Beaumont with only one timeout left. Tahquitz with 2. In the spread formation. Ball handed off up the middle. And that'll be a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. And it looks as if Beaumont might be kind of playing slow. And I think they might just run one more play before the end of this second quarter.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Beaumont doesn't want to score so quickly. I mean, they were so on fire when they ran down the field on that opening play, and now it seems like they've just taken their time and they're not worried. And maybe that's just what Beaumont football is. But if I were the coach of Beaumont, I'd be hurrying up and trying to get a score before the half.
J.J. Lewis, they're on the run, taking the handoff and gaining about 3, maybe 4 on the play, and that will be the last play of the first half. A kickoff return by Beaumont to start off the game, but in return, they let one go, and then Tahquitz takes in 3. 2 by Michael Stewart, and the last one, where you just saw a little while ago, by Derek Peters. A 21-7 Tahquitz lead before we sign off into halftime. Real quick, Tim, your thoughts here on the first 24.
Boy, and I think, again, even though the score may not necessarily say it, I think we really have an evenly matched football game. You know, Beaumont, they have all types of weapons that they have. They just haven't really used them yet. And I think, you know, Tahquitz wants to spoil their senior night. And if Beaumont doesn't want that, they really have to step up and start using their weapons.
21-7 the score here. Tahquitz on top over Beaumont. Take a 15-minute timeout. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here. back in action here in this one. A Tahquitz 21-7 lead as we get ready for the second half of play alongside Tim Barker, Manny Nunez here making the call. Joel Diaz to the left of me. My producer and upstairs, and not the best of weather, is our camera guy, Jonathan Silva. You know, looking at the weather right now, I believe it was just over 60 degrees at kickoff, and I'm kind of shivering a little bit here in the press box. Not too comfortable, but 61 right now. It says 56 from the Weather Channel. Still, it is a rather cold out there.
Absolutely, and boy, I'm really excited for this second half to see what type of adjustments both Tahquitz and Beaumont have. And I think if they play their cards right, we are in for one heck of a ball game here, folks.
Kickoff here, way high and deep here, returned by Tavares. He'll be at the 20. The 25 leaps over a defender, then gets taken down at the 38. A correction, it's Michael Stewart on the kickoff return, and the Tahquitz offense will step onto the field. We're needing about 62 yards to extend this lead. First half thoughts here real quick, Tim. Again, a kickoff return to start the game off by the Cougars. Since then, their offense has been shut down. For Tahquitz, on the other hand, 3 touchdowns, 2 by Michael Stewart, 1 by Derek Peters on a run.
Yeah, Manny, I think it's interesting to see how this game has played out so far. You had an opening kickoff run by Beaumont, which really lit the fire for this Beaumont team, and now you have Tahquitz scoring 21 unanswered points, and now they are on offense again. This is going to be one, like I keep saying, a heck of a ball game here in the second half.
The handoff, the double reverse, loose. Beaumont recovers the fumble. The double reverse. Tim Neely could not get the second pitch, and life has come forth.
Holy smoke, man. I thought once we thought that Tahquitz is going to score, it's actually now flipped the other way around, and Beaumont now has a chance to get back into this football game right away. And what better chance than to recover a fumble and now into Tahquitz territory, get a score. Like I said, man, we're in for one heck of a ball game.
Oh, my goodness. If Beaumont scores, I can tell you the fans in front of me will be up barking. First down and 10, already getting loud here. Most of the fans here on their feet. The quick toss down to Martin. Over his head, incomplete. Had a lot of space in front of him to the corner, but he could not reach for the catch.
And he absolutely wanted to grab that ball. He laid out and just stretched out as far as he could to see if he could get that ball. And unfortunately, they couldn't catch that home run ball. But that's okay. I can guarantee that Beaumont will find some way of scoring because this is an opportunity they cannot absolutely pass up.
Yeah, big one. They want to get 6, if not get closer for 3. On second down, the handoff to the near side, trying to break off a tackle, and then gets brought down inside the 15 on the run. J.J. Lewis, 15 yards, move the chains.
Holy smoke, Manny. I mean, I think this is the play. That fumble was the play that Beaumont really needed to get fire started back into their team. And I now see that Beaumont and to no avail, Tahquitz calls timeout because they just need to calm down and really figure out what they're going to do in this next several plays to stop Beaumont.
Timeout here called by Tahquitz. We'll keep it right here. 11:36 to go, only 24 seconds off the clock. One play by Tahquitz. They cough up the football. Beaumont right back in the thick of things as 2 plays in. They move it about 15 yards. First down here for Beaumont. Tim, real quick, your thoughts so far.
You know, Tahquitz tried to do their trick play. They really they went to the reverse, and they thought they could catch Beaumont off guard right away coming out of the gate in the second half. But unfortunately, when you don't have it pat down, when you don't have a nice, smooth exchange, you get a fumble, and now Beaumont is ready to pounce.
About 16 yards away from pay dirt on first down. The handoff down to Lewis, taken in to the backfield. A loss of maybe 2 on the play, second down and a 12. Right now, Beaumont definitely seeing some momentum being shifted around here and there, and they're really taking control in this one. They score here again, it'll be a whole different ballgame.
Well, and this is a crucial drive for Beaumont. If they want to get back in this game, they can't I mean, they could settle for 3, but that's not what they want. They want to get in a score. They want to make this. They want to make Tahquitz feel uneasy that they allowed that fumble to happen.
Second down, quick pass. It'll be bounced. Forward pass there down to the running back. Playing wide receiver, Allen Hendy, incomplete. So failed pass attempt there, now setting up 3rd down and 12. And now most likely decision time. If they don't get it here, it might be 4th down territory here on this one.
Absolutely, Manny. I mean, you could, if you have a decent kicker, you could settle for 3 because you still have another half of football to play. But that's definitely not what Beaumont wants to settle for. They want to get a score. They want to get back in this football game and really show Tahquitz what they're all about. They want to really show that they are the second. They are the team that wants to hold second place.
Olabari here under center, a whistle and a timeout by Beaumont. I don't think they were trying to get the playoff in time, so they got to talk things over here, and that's failed execution there by the Cougars. Definitely taking a lot more time after an incomplete pass there, and obviously, missing a chance on a 5-yard penalty. They got to waste one here.
Absolutely, Manny. I think Beaumont is kind of a little nervous because they know if they don't score, it's going to be a huge victory for Tahquitz, and almost in a sense, they got one. They got one from Beaumont because they got the fumble in their own territory, and Beaumont has a chance to get a score and get back in this game. And if Tahquitz can stop them, that's a huge victory for them because they know that they can easily fix that mistake and go all the way down the field for a score.
So back out of the timeout here, 3rd down at about 12 yards to go. The ball at the 18 along the left hash mark. Reverse. And there, a failed play, Josh Martin. I believe they were looking for a double reverse. Both guys kind of were confused, and they get taken down in the backfield. Another big loss, 4th down, and I think that might be maybe out of field goal reach. But regardless, as assumed, 4 down territory.
Yeah, I think Beaumont really tried to go use the play that Tahquitz used and go in that double reverse, and knowing that the steel curtain of Tahquitz defense, they sniffed it out and sacked him for a loss.
They don't need to get the touchdown. They need to reach the 7-yard line if they want the first. 4th down and long. Dropping back. Firing it up to the corner. It's caught! You've got to be kidding me. Allen Hendy breaking free to the corner. 21-13.
Holy smoke, Manny. That's exactly the play that Beaumont needed, and now they have a score on the board and make this a game that Tahquitz needs to be nervous about.
The Beaumont fans in front of us standing on their feet, loving that play. Allen Henley to the corner. They didn't need the touchdown, but they went all or nothing anyway. The kick is up and to good. Well, folks, we've got a brand new ball game. 21-14, Beaumont getting points off for turnover. So we'll take a timeout right here. 10:06 to go. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you the news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Man, they even got me standing here, Tim. Oh, a great game here, a brewing here in Beaumont. What a way to close out the final game of Mount Pass League play. 21-14 here is the score, though. Tahquitz on top, and it's funny. It is funny. The opening drive here for Beaumont, really, you can really consider that opening kickoff return for the touchdown as their first drive. This time around, they get the ball the first time, and they score. Changing things up now. On the kickoff return, here is Michael Stewart up along the far side, taken down at the 25. Tahquitz needing now to go 75 yards to the end zone, and now the offense back onto the field.
Now, Manny, this is where the offense needs to redeem themselves. This ball game really turned into a nail biter at the moment they fumbled the ball. So if Tahquitz wants to redeem themselves, they need to play their football. They need to drive down the field with Jonte Price. They need to have Michael Stewart catch a long, deep pass, and they need to have Sean Asparis sneak up there in the middle of the field and catch one and tuck it in there.
First down and 10 on the reverse. There is Tom Tavares. Can't get anywhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Another big defensive stop there by the Cougars of Beaumont. Second down.
And Beaumont is really starting to gain a lot of confidence. If they can stop Tavares Talton, if they can stop Jonte Price and hold Michael Stewart and hold Sean Asparis, I think that's really the key to stopping Tahquitz.
Second down and 11. It was a 1-yard loss on the run. Rolling out left side. Blanco sacked in the backfield. Again, the defensive line of Beaumont sniffing out the quarterback, taking him down. 3-yard loss, third down and long.
And there's another confidence point for the Beaumont defense. They see a light at the end of the tunnel. They really think they can win this game, and I think if they keep consistent with their defensive pressure, they will come out on top of this game.
All of a sudden, you just see a lot of momentum shifting over to the home sideline on third down, dropping back a long throw, bouncing up in the air and then batted down. Josh Martin there, the defensive stop on the play, getting a hand on the ball, and that will bring out the punting unit of Tahquitz.
Yeah, and what a great play by the Beaumont defensive back. I mean, that was a deep pass. That was almost a jump ball for anybody, and that could have been, you could almost have thought that the Tahquitz offensive player started playing defense. So, again, we're starting to see the Beaumont team coming alive, and now in the fourth down situation, Tahquitz will punt the ball away, and this is where Beaumont can really come alive.
High snap over the punter. He's got to take it himself. And he's taken down at the 5. All of a sudden, folks, a completely different ball game. Beaumont, two turnovers here. One on the fumble, and this time on downs. Beaumont will start the drive at the 5, and they can change it up. Change this whole ball game if they can get it in for 6.
Absolutely, Manny. Beaumont, we keep on saying they're gaining a confidence point. Well, that was probably another extra 5 points of confidence, and now we're seeing Beaumont in the Tahquitz 5-yard line getting ready to score, and nothing could make these Beaumont fans more happy than a Beaumont score and to get this game tied up.
The pitch up the middle, inside the 5, and taken down maybe to the 1. They're going to say he's down at around the 1, maybe 1.5-yard line. There on the run was J.J. Lewis, second down and a goal.
Yeah, man, Tahquitz really has to be careful. We're seeing a lot of turnovers in this game, and if they're going to want to capitalize, they need to play a nice, sound game of football and hold on to the rock. It looks like we have an injured player here.
Yeah, and that's J.J. Lewis falling down, trying to run to the sideline. That's big. One of their star elite running backs here for Beaumont as he came out running, limping towards the sideline, and the head coach had told him to get down and get checked upon. And that's huge, though, because if it's enough to take him out, that might be a major blow.
Absolutely, Manny. I mean, he's been such a star-studded player tonight. He's been the person who they've given the ball to when they needed a crucial down situation, and they've really made sure that he has touched the ball out of anybody on this field. And so I think if they lose him, I mean, maybe you go to another running back, which is we see in a lot of high school football, but losing him for the rest of this game would be a huge blow to the Beaumont offense.
Looks like he's trying to get up on his own 2 feet. It might be cramps. Obviously, this weather playing a huge factor. 56 degrees here to start the second half of play, and You know, it's been very unusual weather, to say the least. On Monday, it's going to be near 100 out here in the desert, so you just never know what you're going to get. Obviously, in the East Coast, you're getting all these nor'easters, Hurricane Sandy coming into play, but out here, it's just a mix of everything. Definitely unusual weather here in November, and really all across the nation, especially here in California. We're just not used to this kind of this hot weather where, especially players coming into practice, where you just really never know what you're going to get. On the handoff here, up the middle. Downed again at about the half-yard line.
And there's the steel curtain we like to call the Tahquitz defense really holding. And, boy, what a victory it would be if Tahquitz could hold the Beaumont offense within the 1 yard line. I think this is one of those crucial plays that Beaumont needs to get back into this game.
Beaumont fans here a rumbling and a tumbling. J.J. Lewis on the field, but the quarterback sneak over the pile and into the end zone. Jacob Ulipari diving over the pile and into the blue, taking it to the house.
Manny, we now have a brand new ball game. Almost as if we're starting again at 0-0. Beaumont has really capitalized on points after turnovers, and I think, Tahquitz really has to start being worried if they want to get back in this game offensively, because every turnover that Tahquitz has done is really destroyed them.
Kick is up. It just sneaks over the upright. And a good. Folks, if you're just joining us, you have come to the right spot. A 21 ball game, 2 turnovers here in the second half by Tahquitz, and 14 points to come out of it. Take a timeout right here. About 7:19 to go here in the third quarter. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
Tonight's third quarter is being brought to you by Quality Plus Construction. With over 15 years of serving the commercial and retail industry in Southern California, Quality Plus Services will handle all of your maintenance and construction needs. Located at 1655 East 6th Street in Corona, California, call Quality Plus Services for your next project. Find out more information at www.qpfixme.com or call them at 888-QP-FIX-ME. That's 888-773-4963.
Everyone, and I mean everyone at Beaumont here on their feet, ready for the kickoff. What was once a 21-7 Tahquitz lead in control. All of a sudden, 2 turnovers by Tahquitz has led to 14 unanswered points. And Tim, this is obviously, and we kind of predicted this to be honest, but obviously an important drive for Tahquitz, because you could just see all of a sudden the momentum just being sucked out to the other side of the field.
Absolutely, Manny. This Tahquitz offense has really got to start waking up and starting to play the football that they know how to play if they want to get back into this football game. If they want to really have home field advantage in the playoffs, they got to play the football that they know how to play. Beaumont has really capitalized on defense, and that's if Beaumont wants to win, they're just going to keep playing the way they know how to play.
On first down, Derek Peters, the handoff into the blue wall. About maybe a gain of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. And again, the running game for Tahquitz. It's been playing pretty much in spurts. It's been getting some good gains here and there, but for the most part, it's kind of been slowed down.
Absolutely. And, one thing we haven't seen out of Tahquitz is a big play. Usually we see a big Jonte Price run or a big Michael Stewart pass or a Sean Sparris run, but we haven't seen any of that at all. And I think maybe that's, give credit to the Beaumont defense really hanging on to that. But, again, that's what we're really usually accustomed to seeing, and that's how Tahquitz usually wins. Itoye's
boy, they're on the completion on the 5 and in. He gains about 15. Well enough for a first down, back out into the no huddle. First down and 10, the handoff here to Jonte Price. A somersault as he's taken down at the 38-yard line. Looks to be a gain of about maybe 4 on the play. Again, like you said, Tim, not a lot of big plays out of Tahquitz. Yes, touchdowns are obviously big, but they haven't gotten those big explosions. Jonte Price trying to look for one there and instead gets throw down. Correction, it's Tim Neely on the run, as a matter of fact, as he runs back into the sideline. Enough for a first down anyway. as they reach to near midfield.
And it looks like Tahquitz is starting to use their hurry-up offense, trying to see if they can beat the endurance of the Beaumont defense and really catch them off guard.
First down and 10. Blanco back in the shotgun. Derek Peters taking the handoff up the middle and then gets taken down by the looks of it, maybe his own players. He was trying to make a tackle on the play. Second down and about 6 to go. Ball here over into the Beaumont territory. Price again on the handoff. Correction, Derek Peters there on the play. From nothing to about 2 on the play. Third down and 6.
Yeah, and again, we're starting to see those little bursts of running and the little plays from Tahquitz, and we're still, like I said to myself before, we're still waiting for that big play, the big Tahquitz play that we're all accustomed to seeing.
Third down and about 5 yards to go. A crucial third down conversion here would be nice. They can't get it. Michael Stewart could not hang on to the ball on the slant route. Fourth down, looking at the Tahquitz sideline. They're going to punt.
Yeah, and again, Tavares Talton was wide open at the deep end of the field there. I'm surprised that Fernando Blanco didn't take a gander down there. I think that's really the plays they need to start looking for, and because that's what Tahquitz is really well known for, is their big plays. And again, I think if Tahquitz is going to win this game, that's what they need, is their big plays.
Low snap, but kicked away. Taken at the 14. On the return, can't get much of anything on the play as Alan Hendy is brought down at about the 16-yard line. Beaumont, another big stop. Obviously, their longest potential drive here of the second half. Their first 2 drives started at the Tahquitz 25 and then the Tahquitz 5, obviously leading to points off for turnovers. This time around, they score here, folks. I'm telling you, Beaumont could be well in control right here. 5:05 to go in this third quarter. First down and 10, dropping back up the middle. And incomplete. Alan Hendy getting laid out. Obviously, the catch well over his head.
Yeah, and I think one thing we'd like to mention is the fact that Beaumont is deep into their own territory. And I think that was, when we look at the 2 previous scores that Beaumont had, they were in Tahquitz territory. So now that Tahquitz has a little bit more room to work with, I think they'll be able to maybe use that to their advantage and maybe get the ball back here pending the first down or even a touchdown.
On second down, the handoff up the middle. Maybe about 2 to 3 yards on the play. J.J. Lewis running forward and then gets pushed backwards about 8-9 yards. They're going to give him the forward progress anyway. In fact, it's a yard on the gain, setting him now third down and long.
And here's a crucial third down for the Tahquitz defense. If they can stop them, more than likely Beaumont will punt the ball, and they'll have pretty good field position coming here in their next offensive drive for Tahquitz.
4:28 to go again. Third down and counting to go. Dropping back, throwing up the middle. Josh Martin with the completion. He's taken down at the 25. It is going to be about 2 yards, in fact, a yard shy of a first down. They're actually going to say he's down at the 24. So fourth down and onto the field. They're not going to take a chance. Will be the Beaumont punting team.
Absolutely. There's no question in my mind that you should punt the ball in this situation, because if Tahquitz stops you, most likely Tahquitz will score in the red zone. So, but again, Tahquitz will have great field position coming here in their offensive drive.
High snap, but it is kicked away. Mytorius Boyd showing a fair catch, and this time he will down it at about the 43-yard line. And again, Tim, we kind of predicted stuff like this where it could come down to maybe, just maybe, who has the ball last all season long. Tahquitz has not really faced a team of equal match, and I think Beaumont might be this kind of team. Obviously, last year with Tahquitz, a team that finished 2-8 last year, kind of going under the radar, but now this time in the last game of the year with second place on the line, you can just tell that both sides are really giving it their all where everything's being left on the field.
Most definitely, Manny. I mean, you can really compare their records, and the only team they've lost here in the league is Citrus Hill, who's undefeated. So really, both teams are very evenly matched.
Derek Peters on the handoff to the line of scrimmage, and no more. In fact, they will give him about a 1.5-yard gain. Maybe 2. Ball down at the 45-yard line here, second down and about 8. Again here in the no-huddle, clock ticking, 3:12 to go in the third quarter. Jonte Price here in the backfield. 2 receivers on the right side, stays in pocket, throws up to Stewart along the far side, shy of the 50, taken down at the 49. 5 yards on the play, 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and again, Tahquitz is already lined up, ready to do the next play, and I think that's to the advantage of Tahquitz and Beaumont, really, again, testing their endurance to see if they can survive the hurry-up offense of Tahquitz and maybe even watch out for the deep play here.
Rolling out right side, now throwing it up the middle. It's caught by Asperis inside the 30 and then taken down at the 26. Another gutsy play there by Fernando Blanco, finding a receiver up the middle. Sean Asperis gaining a big play there, and it's another first down here for the Titans.
Yeah, Fernando Blanco took a big hit right there, but lucky he got right back up and sprinted down in the hurry-up offense. And now Tahquitz is more than likely with the area that they're in, the red zone, they're more than likely going to score.
2:18 to go here in the third quarter. On the run, Derek Peters jumping over and then brought down at about the 22. A quick gain of about 4 yards. Using a lot of good footwork here. Second down and looks to be about possibly 6. Again, no huddle spread offense. 2 receivers right side. The handoff here to Neely. And then taken down at about the 16. Interesting because we have not called Jonte Price's number in quite a while. Looking at the sideline, not too sure if he's hurt. I mean, no one's got their helmet off and no one's out of pads. Not sure why they're not bringing Jonte Price in. So Neely's been taking most of the handoffs here in the third quarter. You got a whistle and an official's timeout with looks to be they're going to be a measurement here.
Yeah, it was a close run there. A nice dive by Tim Neely. Yeah, it is very interesting that we haven't called Jonte Price's number. I think knowing Beaumont, they're going to obviously focus on Jonte Price so much, yet, oh man, it looks like it's close like a chain link.
Looks like they got the first, as a matter of fact. They will get the first down, so that'll move the chains on the run by Tim Neely. And like you said, Tim, I don't know if it might be a coach's decision or maybe he might be injured. But it's been all Derek Peters and Tim Neely here in this third quarter in the backfield. So after the first down, 1:35 with the clock stopping. Peters now shifting to the right side. Peters here takes the handoff, spins, and then gets brought down. 3 yards on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 7 with the ball position at about it looks to be 14.
Absolutely, and I think Tahquitz is using all their facets except for Jonte Price, and I think, like I was saying, Beaumont really focused on his number this week, and maybe that's what the coach's decision was, is not to use him in that he's just such a big-time player.
Neely spinning, juking left, right.
Flags
taken down
everywhere.
At the 10, and there's a bunch of tarp. I think 10 million flags on the play. An obvious holding call here against the Titans. Correction, maybe even face mask. I don't know, Tahquitz here backing up. They're going to say it is holding maybe. Head judge says holding against the offense. So a good run by Neely, wipe it out. Now it'll be second down and a very long 25.
Yeah, Tahquitz they've gone a lot to their run. Yes, we've seen a few pass plays to Sean Sparris and Michael Stewart, just short pass plays. But again, we're still waiting for the Tahquitz big play maker here.
Second down and 25 here at the 28-yard line of Beaumont. Play action, throwing it up to Asparis. And then gets brought down to about the 22.
You know, if they ran that play again, I tell you, Michael Stewart, that was Tavares Talton, was wide open. So, if I were Dennis Gregovich, I'd save that play in my pocket and pull it out in the next drive or two because Tavares Talton was wide open.
13 seconds in counting. Might be the last play of the third quarter. Third down and about 16 to go. Blanco here trying to get the snap going. 3, 2, it's off. Play action, throwing it up to the corner. Michael Stewart. No, it's Tal Tavares. Tal Tavares, you called his number, Tim, by himself to end the third as he brings it into the house.
And to no avail, he just pulls it right back out of his pocket and throws it to Tavares Talton. And unbelievable. I called it. It was wide open. It was almost like everybody was so focused on Michael Stewart. But lo and behold, the pulls it out of the pocket. Talton Tavares is wide open.
Not even sure if maybe the offensive coordinator's hearing you upstairs. I don't know. I know they're above us, but maybe if they're kind of hearing us, they might have gotten a little bit of something there. So it's now a brand new ball game again, 27-21, pending the XTP, and it's a line drive kick. No good.
And that could be a big play coming down to the wire here in the fourth quarter. Those special team plays, they're so normal and they're so easy to call. It's usually an easy extra point, but when it comes down to the wire, that could be the play that could damage Tahquitz going here into the playoffs.
Beaumont fans and players on the field showing 4 on their hands. It is the fourth and final quarter. Timeout here on the field. We'll take one as well. 27-21. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday Night Football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
Like you said, Tim, that extra point, although it's not really big when you think about it when it's all said and done. Obviously, in a game like this, though, every point really does matter. And with that extra point kick going no good, yes, they got the touchdown, but Beaumont, I'm telling you, their offense has done quite. They've woken up in all reality.
Absolutely, and they know that they can get back into this game. And now that Beaumont has the confidence to go on an offensive drive and score, what Tahquitz needs to do is live up to that steel curtain name and hold them to stop and really make sure that they can't score and make sure that their offense can get back on the field.
Gregory Cohn trying to escape a few tacklers and then gets taken down to the 25. Another Beaumont drive that'll start into Tahquitz territory, but this time they'll start it themselves.
Yeah, holy smoke, man. Once again, Beaumont has really taken this game off to the races. They've really took one up on Tahquitz on the big plays. We haven't really seen any big plays from Tahquitz, and that's what Beaumont is really taking advantage of. And so if Beaumont can score here, watch out because they will get that extra point and they will be ahead.
On the pitch, here is Lewis to the near side. Into the pile and then gains about maybe 2 on the play. Clock here ticking with the fourth quarter just underway. J.J. Lewis was out with an injury. I believe he did have cramps, but on that run, he looks to be A-OK.
And that's good. That's a good sign for Beaumont because he is the one that's really kept this game alive. And if he can get into the end zone, boy, this Beaumont crowd will erupt.
Second down and about 9 to go. at the Tahquitz 26. Rolling out, throwing it up the middle by himself. Josh Martin for the touchdown. Acrobatic. You'll see that on SportsCenter. Taking it to the house.
Holy smoke, man. That was almost overthrown. He jumped up. He just prayed that he would catch that and came down with it. And lo and behold, like I said, this Beaumont crowd erupted. And now to take the lead on an extra point attempt.
Again, you go back to the Tahquitz touchdown. They missed the XTP. Beaumont can take the lead with the kick. The snap, the hold. The kick is up. A flag on the play. It is good, but we'll wait to see the flag. You got both teams rushing to the sideline, and I think they might have to do it again.
Absolutely. I mean, you can tell Tahquitz is really trying to get off the ball, but I think a Beaumont player may have been moving, so they'll call false start, maybe bring it back 5 yards, but we'll see what the referees say here after their conference.
Both teams here are actually going back to the sideline, and I think they're going to do it on the kickoff. It's a holding call, offsetting penalties.
Now, why the heck they would call a holding penalty on an extra point, I do not know. It doesn't really change the play, but now this is the first time that Beaumont has led, and to no avail.
They actually led since the beginning of the game on the kickoff return. But this time around, Tim, it's the fourth quarter. Obviously, the team who has the lead to end the game will win it. Right now, Beaumont, actually the third team this year that has held the lead over Tahquitz. So you can really say this is kind of unfamiliar territory, more especially this is on back-to-back weeks.
Absolutely, and Tahquitz coming off a loss to Citrus Hill. Boy, this would be a huge loss for Tahquitz from Beaumont, kicking from the Tahquitz 45.
So it's high and deep. You could say that's a good field goal, but that could have even gone for maybe 70. It'll be a touchback here. Tahquitz will take it about the 20, first down and 10. They got to go 80 yards. They can go for 3. A lot of time on the clock. Running game's got to go. Definitely. Obviously, the passing game has done very well. Don't back away, but obviously with Jonte Price, not getting his number called, not sure where he might be, as a matter of fact. But regardless, you take away the running game, and they've really worked the passing game pretty well, but definitely they can mix up the ball a lot. And you actually see Jonte Price, I think, on the field. Maybe, maybe not. Actually, it is Derek Peters. Peters with the handoff. Trying to escape a few tackles, and instead will get brought down to about the 21. A gain of about 1 on the play.
Yeah, this Tahquitz offense just has not been themselves tonight. I mean, yes, they looked very good in the first half, scoring 21 unanswered points, but now they just have fallen flat with two turnovers in a row and now a blocked field goal. They just have not been the same.
Second down, the throw up to Stewart. It's complete. Trying to fight for the first down, and does after being tackled out of bounds at about the 31. Clock still going, though. Will be enough to move the chain. No, maybe not. They're going to say he's just shy of a first, so 3rd and 1. That's huge, too, because you got to run at least one more before you can get the first down regardless. 1, maybe 2. 3rd down at about maybe a hair away from the first down marker. Blanco handing it off. Pushed back. Trying to escape a few tackles. Jonte Price can't get anywhere. Is it Price? No, it's Derek Peters. And Peters losing big. Back to the start of the 10-yard marker, a 9-yard loss.
Wow, Manny. I'm just speechless at this Tahquitz offense. It's like they're back to square one. They have not played up to their par of football, and it's like they're not there. They're just absolutely flat. They're running backwards. They're not catching the ball. They've gotten plenty of scores, but it's just they have not been the same.
A high punt. It'll be fair caught in to Tahquitz territory. Down at about the 45.5-yard line. Actually at the 45 where the nose of the football will be. 28-27. Even if Beaumont does score a touchdown, it'll still be a one-possession game. But obviously if you are Tahquitz, you want the stop as quick as you can get it to bring the offense back.
Absolutely. And again, Tahquitz, if they want to come out and have a stop, this is the time to do it. This is the time to maybe get a turnover. This is the time to get a sack, something to light the fire.
On the handoff, here's J.J. Lewis. No gain on the run. Maybe about half a yard. Second down and about 10 after the half-yard gain. Clock here ticking, 9:04 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Again, a 28-27 Beaumont lead. You see on your screen 2 timeouts on both sides. What a great ball game, Tim. A great ball game here with 2 elite teams. The fight for second on the line here in the Mountain Pass League. Play action complete. Up the middle, 15 yards down to the tight end, Chris Gura. First down for Beaumont.
And that was very, very Sean Asparis-like play. And again, it's almost like Beaumont has taken the Tahquitz playbook and using it against them. I'm surprised that the Tahquitz defense hasn't realized that, or if they haven't. It's like they're using their own medicine against them. I just don't understand where the steel curtain is. It's like they pulled the curtain out from under them.
Right from under their own 2 feet. 8:10 to go. First down and 10 at the 28-yard line. The handoff up the middle. About a gain of, looks to be 4. Second down and 6. And on the run there, Greg Rincon. A little mix of Rincon and J.J. Lewis. They've been the 1-2 punch here against this Tahquitz defense.
Yeah, I think it's really Tahquitz is yet to find an answer for the Beaumont offense. I mean, usually we're used to seeing them just being so solid and being so solid up front, but yet they have yet to stop them.
Oh, speaking of stops, there's one there as Greg Rincon gets taken into the backfield. A loss of about 2 as the Tahquitz steel curtain finally gets a stop there. Third down and 8. But another crucial down here upcoming for the Beaumont offense.
Absolutely. This is where Tahquitz needs to stop. It's almost as if Beaumont might be out of field goal range, and so if this might be full 4-down territory for them. But if Tahquitz can hold them, they need to capitalize on offense and get a score.
Under 7 to go here. Third down, dropping back, thrown complete up to Martin. About 11 to 12 on the play. Hands up, making the catch. First down for Beaumont.
Yeah, and again, I think if we're looking at a weakness for Tahquitz, it would definitely be their, at least tonight, it would be their defensive backs. They've just have not been able to stop the pass, most likely because of all their most of their scores have been passes. So those defensive backs need to really wake up and understand that that's where Beaumont's going to get most of their scores.
First down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Handoff. Down to Rincon. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be second down here and about 8 to go.
Yeah, Rincon has really pushed the ball. I mean, I think he knew he needed to get back on that field, so he's really pushing that ball and trying to show some leadership for his team.
Yeah, Rincon's been the guy actually on this drive so far. With the mix between him and J.J. Lewis, they've been calling a lot of number 6's number all throughout here on this drive so far. Second down and 8, under 6 to go, 5:40 to be exact. Out in the bunch formation here under center. Ubatari. A flag on the play, and it'll be a delay of game, so back that about 5 yards. That could be huge.
Yeah, those are silly mistakes that no one wants to have. I mean, when you should be able to know the play and decide. Now, whether that's a player fault or the coaching fault, I don't know. But that's a play that should be easily corrected and should not happen ever when it comes to football in general. You hardly ever see a delay of game penalty called.
Yeah, tell me about it, Tim, especially in the last game of the year when you're not only fighting for second place, but obviously a chance at home field advantage in the first round of the CIF playoffs. On second down, the pitch up the near side, and there goes J.J. Lewis. And no, it's going to be Recon, as a matter of fact, to the corner of the end zone. Recon, touchdown for Beaumont. 34-27, pending the XP.
Holy smoke, man. I'm just, again, Beaumont has really woken up and been the second half team. Tahquitz is, again, they've just been so flat. They haven't really been themselves. It's almost like they're out of gas already. But again, Beaumont, maybe we just need to give more credit to Beaumont really coming out and playing hard and being the team that they have been so hyped up to be.
Kick up and good. Still a one-possession game, though. 35-27 the score, and if Tahquitz can't score, they got to do it here on this drive. If not, maybe one more, but time is definitely a ticking. We'll take a timeout right here. 5:26 to go, an 8-point Beaumont lead. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Minutemen Plumbing. Make Minutemen your first choice for your plumbing needs. Need a commercial contracting plumber? Then call Minutemen today at 1-800-932-5327. Again, that's 1-800-932-5327. Minutemen Plumbing, the proud sponsor of tonight's fourth quarter action.
Tim, it just seems if right now for Tahquitz. Obviously, last week they really used everything, all the energy that they had against Citrus Hill. Last week they really wanted to win. You know, talking to a lot of the players before that game, they really were looking forward to that game. And obviously they got beaten down by about 3 touchdowns here on the kickoff return. Out of bounds at about the 36. But this time around, it just seems as if it could be kind of the wherewithal from that game last week, and it's kind of showing here tonight.
Absolutely, man. Again, like I keep on mentioning, Tahquitz needs to have a consistent offensive drive. Every time there's either been some type of miscue in the backfield, there's been some type of miscue somewhere, whether it's a penalty, a turnover, something. And if Tahquitz wants to get back in this game, they need to show Beaumont how they can play, and really, most importantly, get that big play that Tahquitz is known to have.
Blanco here on the play action, throwing to Stewart, complete to the line of scrimmage and out of bounds. No gain on the play. And to say this too, obviously with Moreno not making any calls, he's actually upstairs helping out the film crew with the game tonight. Blanco's got a really good arm, so you can't really credit that. There's been just a lot of mix-up, and we've seen it with the turnovers, especially in that third quarter. Timeout here called by Beaumont. We'll keep it right here as well. 4:52 to go with an 8-point Beaumont lead. And again, with Tahquitz, yes, they lose their starting quarterback. It's undetermined when or how long he will be gone. Blanco is definitely a really good number 2. And even before the season had started, they were planning to use him and Moreno as kind of that 1-2 a swing of quarterbacks. Now Blanco's a starting quarterback, and he's really proven himself that he's here to stay.
Absolutely, Manny. I think, especially what's good about Fernando Blanco is that he's only a junior, so we're seeing a lot of growing up, if you want to call it that, here on the field, making decisions, knowing how strong his arm is, and just really trying to guide his team to a victory here. Now, if you want to really show your big boy shoes, this is the time to do it. This is the drive that it needs to happen on. And if Tahquitz wants to be successful, they need to drive consistently down the field.
Second down and 10. Blanco here in the shotgun. Rolls out, trying to stiff arm a tackler. He'll take it himself and then dives back to the line of scrimmage again. Another no gain play. Third down and long, and again, crunch time here for the Titans.
Absolutely. Again, we're seeing a third down situation. I'm surprised we haven't seen Jonte Price. I guess he's injured or he just didn't make the trip or something, but we need to see something from Michael Stewart, Sean Asparis, maybe even Derek Peters, but some type of play that'll wake this Tahquitz offense alive.
Blanco here, dropping back a long pass, looking for Tavares. Ball tipped. Cannot make the grab.
Wow, and what a juggled ball by, I believe that was Tavares. It was just so close. It was right in the midst of a Beaumont player, but if he had caught that, he would have had easily score 6 points. But to no avail, it is a fourth down situation for Tahquitz and decision time for Dennis Gregovich.
They do have 2 timeouts, Beaumont with 1. And I think they will go for it here on fourth. Obviously, 4 down territory. This could be the game right here, folks. 4th down and 9. Blanco, shotgun. 2 receivers right side. Peters in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops back. Throwing it up to Stewart. Trying to make the catch. Does he? Yes! Life. Back from the dead. Tahquitz and Michael Stewart saving the drive. 1st down and 10 for the Titans.
Holy smoke, and this Beaumont crowd just got silent. I mean, that is the play that maybe Tahquitz needed to get a score. Now, the question is, can they stay consistent and can they get that ball into the end zone?
1st down and 10 at the 32. The run. Gain a good one. 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2. Clock here ticking. 3:40 and counting back in the no huddle. Neely in the backfield this time. 2 receivers left side. The handoff again to Neely. Diving. And I think he might be shy of the 1st down. They'll say he got forward progress. A gain of about 1.5.
Yeah, that was really close. I think he got actually tripped up there on the play. But, again, we're seeing some sort of life back in this Tahquitz offense, and maybe, just maybe, they might get into the end zone.
3rd down and 2. They're going to call Neely's number again. Spinning. Gets the 1st down. And he's tackled at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Manny. We keep on calling Tim Neely's name, and we can't forget when we were playing Citrus Hill. Although Citrus Hill may have put in their second-string defense, he was still able, one of the only ones, to get in the end zone for Tahquitz. So, Tim Neely might be the name we're calling here tonight.
Escaping the sack. No, we can't. Flag on the play, though. This might be face mask. It's after the play. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see what the head judge says here. He was taken down full frontal. Personal foul. Face mask it is against Beaumont. Oh, and that is a momentum killer.
Holy smoke, man. Now, Tahquitz is in business. They're in their red zone. This is the time where Tahquitz needs to score and make it successful, because if they can't do it, Beaumont will be on fire, and this crowd will just go crazy.
1st down and 10. Beaumont making noise here. Neely on the handoff. He gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Neely escaping 2 tackles and somehow found some space. Taking it to the house.
Manny, that's the play that Tahquitz needed, and these Beaumont people or fans are just in disbelief that Tahquitz is able to drive down the field. Now, in order for Tahquitz to really get in this game, they need to go for 2. Not to say that they can't do it, because they have done it in the past. But in order to make this a game, they need to get this extra 2 points.
That extra point, about 2 touchdowns ago, obviously crucial. And it will be a timeout here. And I believe it'll be called by Tahquitz. We'll keep it right here. No, it'll be by Beaumont, as a matter of fact. Still, regardless, we'll keep it here anyway. Clock reading here, 2:37 to go, 35-33. And like I said before, that missed extra point, it wasn't blocked. I think it was a line drive kick that was no good. And that's obviously playing huge when you got to bring the offense back on the field to restore that 2-point deficit.
Most definitely, Manny. This is the game we definitely expected from both Tahquitz and Beaumont. I mean, we have a 2-point conversion that's keeping this game from going to be tied. And most likely, if neither team can get another score, there's no doubt in my mind we will go into overtime, and we will have definitely a nail-biter.
Maybe overtime, but there's still a lot of time anyway. Let's focus on the XP. 2-point conversion coming up. On the shotgun formation, far hash mark. Blanco takes the snap, throwing it up to the corner. Way out of reach, but a flag. Flag on the play, and this might be PI. It might have been uncatchable. Referees will discuss holding on the defense. Oh, me, oh my.
Wow, was Tahquitz ever bailed out right there? I mean, that is unbelievable. Beaumont held, and now they get to redo the play and get another shot at another 2 points.
Move him to the 1.5 this time. A quick play, Neely into the pile. Is it good? No! Half yard short. The 2-point conversion's no good for Tahquitz.
Holy smoke, Manny. Now, this is decision time for Tahquitz. Do they want to win this game? And if they want to win, they have to be solid, absolutely solid on defense. They need to live up to that steel curtain. They need to do what it takes to come out on top. Now, do they want to? Do they want to really push and show Beaumont what Tahquitz football is all about?
2:37 to go. Tahquitz has 2 timeouts. Beaumont obviously using up all 3. That doesn't matter, though. Obviously, for Beaumont, they want to be the team with the ball last. 2 first downs might end it, so you can expect Tahquitz to be using up these timeouts as quick as possible. Tim, what a game.
Absolutely, Manny. I mean, this is exactly what we expected. Both teams have been fairly evenly matched. Granted, I think Tahquitz has come out a little more flat than we are typically used to seeing. We don't see Jonte Price running the ball up and down the field. We mostly see the likes of Michael Stewart, Sean Asparis, and Tim Neely, and maybe even a little bit of Derek Peters. But if Tahquitz wants to win this game, if they do win this game, it'll be a very lucky win for them.
A high kickoff, loose, but Beaumont on top of the ball. So the ball will be down at the 24. Again, you see on your screen, Tahquitz 2 timeouts, and on the clock, 2:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Beaumont has the ball. They don't need a score, obviously. Up by 2. A first down, maybe 2, could be the icing on the cake.
Absolutely, Manny, and what a game to end Mountain Pass League. I mean, we have 2 minutes and 35 seconds left, and Tahquitz down 2. Boy, you couldn't ask for any better here at Beaumont Stadium.
This drive could determine second place in Mountain Pass League play. A whistle, and I think that's going to be a false start. Both players moved simultaneously up the middle.
We'll see what the referee saw first. We saw a Tahquitz player go in, but then we saw a Beaumont player move.
It will be a false start, so back it up 5, and that'll make it that much more difficult. A gift for the Tahquitz team.
Absolutely, but just because there is a 5-yard penalty does not mean that they have to not work as hard as any other drive right here. This is probably the most important drive of the season. They need to hold, they need to stop Beaumont, and they need to make sure that they can get the ball back for a score to get on top.
Pitch back here up the middle on the run. Greg Rincon. He gains about 4 on the play. Timeout called here by Tahquitz. You know, it's interesting to see this, too, because if they get a stop here, Tahquitz, there's a good chance that 3rd down and maybe long. You just don't know what Beaumont will run. Regardless, your 2nd down, you're going to expect the Cougars to run either the middle or the sides anyway. But obviously, this 3rd down, if they can stop him here, it's kind of obvious that it's the biggest biggest play of the year.
Absolutely, and I won't be surprised if Tahquitz can't do it because they have a hurry-up offense. That's what they're used to doing. So Tahquitz can easily get down the field and have their own 2-minute drill. It's a question of if they can get the ball back and if their Tahquitz defense can hold enough and give them enough time to go down into the end zone.
Clock here reading 2:27 to go, fourth and final quarter. Second down and about 11 yards to go at the Beaumont 25. A whistle, and I think that might be an offside call. Yes, encroachment on the defense. So you lose the 5 yards that Beaumont gave to you on the false start call, and you give it right back on the encroachment penalty.
Absolutely, Manny. You definitely saw the quarterback giving the hard count, and Tahquitz, if they want to be disciplined, they gotta not listen. They gotta watch the ball. That's where the play starts is on the ball, not the quarterback's words. Just make sure you watch the ball there, defensive line.
Second down and 6. The ball handed off. Another big stop there. The ball was handed off down up to Rincon. Gain of about 1-2. And the clock will run. 2:15 to go. Obviously, I think Tahquitz here is trying to save up this last timeout pending on what happens here on this third down play.
Now, this is a huge third down play for the Tahquitz defense. They need to hold. In order for them to do it, they need to hold right here.
See what they can do here on third down and 3. Tahquitz needs to stop. They want the ball back. The handoff again. They'll get it. They'll stop them. Tahquitz, the defensive line, gets him down. Timeout here by the Titans.
And what a stop by the Tahquitz defense. Now, granted, Beaumont can go for it and get a first down. If that's the case, I believe this game might be over. But if Tahquitz can stop them, Beaumont is in big trouble. So we'll see if what Beaumont decides to do here in regards to punting it or maybe a chance shutting the door on the Tahquitz Titans.
The thing about that, though, obviously, it's a 2-point ball game, and a field goal can win the game. So that is, you got that right there. But you also have to watch for the fake, because if obviously the Beaumont punting unit comes on the field, they only need about 1.5 yards to end this ball game here. Tahquitz out of timeouts, both teams, as a matter of fact, with nothing in their pocket. So, we'll see what we can get out of this one here. Most likely you will see Beaumont punt, though.
Absolutely. And don't be surprised if Josh Martin is given the ball.
Maybe not.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe not a Beaumont punt. They're going to do it. Fourth down. Beaumont fans here on their feet. 4th and 1. I think they might be trying to draw him off. I don't know. No, they're going to snap it. Hand it off up the middle. Is it a first down? It is. First down for Beaumont at that might.
Oh.
No, it's a fumble. Oh, wait. No, it's a first down for Beaumont. Wait. We'll wait for the call. The head judge says it's a Beaumont ball, and it is a first down. So Beaumont will keep it. Wind the clock. Tahquitz out of timeouts. And I think Beaumont will escape with the hairs on their chinny chin.
Holy smoke, man. Did we ever call that play? Beaumont just wanted to end this game, and that's exactly what they did. They crossed the line, and all they really have to do is run the ball, and game will be over.
The V formation is what they call it in all of football. They take a knee here. I think they got to run one more play. Tahquitz will finish 7-3, 3-2 in a very, very difficult Mountain Pass League play, and you cannot take anything away from this team. Obviously, to finish 2-8 last year and to go 7-3, and to obviously clinch a playoff spot for the first time in school history, you got all of that. Their season's not done.
Absolutely, man. It's interesting to see how what kind of turnaround season Tahquitz has and has had this season. They were 2-8 last season, and now all of a sudden, completely opposite, go 7-3, and you can't really hang your heads. You got to go off the field and say what an accomplishment they had this season.
On the other side, Beaumont with the victory, 35-33 over Tahquitz. They will finish 8-2, 4-1, and pending what happens for Citrus Hill, they either get second or first, but most likely you can maybe assure a home game for the first round in the CIF playoffs.
Absolutely, Manny. And again, Beaumont just really fought back. I mean, again, they were down 21-7 going into halftime, and they fought back. And I think you got to give so much credit to the resiliency and the courage of this Beaumont team, especially on senior night.
I can tell you, folks, that Beaumont and Tahquitz will be watching this game again and again. It will be archived here on PlayOnSports.com and to YouTube. And, folks, I think we're going to bring up our player of the game for an interview, and I think it will be Greg Rincon, who got the game-winning touchdown. So we'll see him up into the booth. We'll talk to him, get his thoughts here, and then we'll sign off. Take a timeout right here. A victory for Beaumont means second place at least in Mountain Pass League play. This is Friday Night Football right here on PlayOnSports.com. Beaumont wins it 35-33.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream.
Camera 3.
Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back here to PlayOnSports.com and our player of the game, a running back, the star back, Greg Rincon, who scored the game-winning touchdown in a big come-from-behind victory over Tahquitz, a 2-point win. You go to that play, it was third down. Obviously, everything's going, everything's just kind of running through your mind on that play. You had that window was kind of closing in. I mean, what was going through your mind, yard for yard, getting into that end zone?
I mean, Coach always tells me to run hard, so that's exactly what I did. I mean, I try to make whatever extra yards I can make, and it just happened. Just run hard. That's all Coach tells me to do, and that's what I did.
A team like Tahquitz, too, last year finishing 2-8. It seems as if this week, this game, they've been evenly matched. I know sometimes they would have your number a couple, years in and years out. Obviously, you guys would go back and forth. But this time, obviously, one of the most tightest battles you guys have faced off this year. Going into today, it just seemed like it was all or nothing. What did Coach iterate to you guys all this week to get you guys ready for tonight?
He said practice hard, and just if we go out here, play our hardest, we win, we'll get a home CIF game. And that's what he just kept saying, just so we could play a CIF home here and just – we didn't have the greatest week of practice, but we came out strong, and that's all that matters. I mean, next week we gotta practice even harder because that makes us better on the game day.
Obviously, not knowing who you guys play against next week, 4-1 to finish off the Mountain Pass League campaign, 8-2 overall. Most likely, you guys will get a very high seed. But really, finishing second place in a very, very competitive league. I mean, how much does it mean to you? Obviously, even though you guys may not have won the league title, how does it feel to go 4-1 and really just be that dominant force, not only in league, but also in your Eastern Division? That's really huge going into the playoffs.
It felt great. I mean, can't ask for much more. I mean, it's great. We didn't finish first, but we were looking forward to seeing Citrus Hill in the playoffs. So Coach been telling us, and we're going to bring it to them if we see them.
Last thing before we sign off, the one thing that we were really looking forward to all week was the fans of Beaumont. Every year we always hear about this school that's, between Palm Springs and LA. It seems like you have your own little world out here, which is very nice. I mean, the fan base, the way you guys have your stadium built, the whole athletic program, amazing. Obviously, junior, senior year, I mean, how has it been playing for just a very, very sophisticated, upbeat program like Beaumont?
I'm just really thankful. I mean, the coaching staff, our crowd, they always support us. Even at practice, some people come out and watch us, and we can't ask for more. We have great supporters everywhere. I mean, the school, the students, our parents, everyone, boosters, they always support us. And it's fun to play with them. They're great.
And the thing is that next week you will be enjoying to stay out here and definitely have a home game, at least in the first round. The playoff selection will be this Sunday. What are you guys looking forward in the playoffs? Obviously, being one of the higher seeds, what's the biggest thing you guys are looking forward to come playoff time next week?
Just like Coach said, just practice hard and we'll play hard. We gotta go out every game or play 100%. Just the whole game. I mean, the first half we didn't play 100%, but second half we stepped it up, and that helped us a lot.
Gregory Cohn, again, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game. Folks, we'll take a quick timeout right here and do our quick season recap. Again, Beaumont wins it here by a final of 35-33 on the come-from-behind touchdown run by Greg Rincon. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back here to PlayOnSports.com here again alongside Tim Barker, Manny News here. A great thriller here to finish off the Mountain Pass League play. Again, Greg Rincon with the come-from-behind touchdown to seal the deal for the Beaumont Cougars. They will guarantee themselves a home playoff game in the first round of the CIF Southern Section playoffs in the Eastern Division, and they win it here tonight by a final of 35-33. Again, a great game, and really just both teams that came out evenly matched, but Beaumont just 2 points better.
Absolutely, Manny. I think Beaumont, even though they were down 21-7, they really rallied back, and I think if you were to really credit them, they really capitalized on the turnovers, and from the turnovers they got scores, and that's what really brought them back into the game. Yeah, 21 unanswered points and 14 coming in the first 5 minutes of that third quarter. You flash back to that beginning of the third quarter, botched snap by Tahquitz, and then obviously going for a touchdown. Second time around, a fumble brought back again. And the first two drives for Beaumont, on those first two series started at the Tahquitz 26 and then the Tahquitz 5. So obviously big momentum and really just game killers on Tahquitz's side. And like you said, things that can't be corrected, they got to do it quick, because next week with the playoffs, unfamiliar territory for this football team. Absolutely, Manny. And Tahquitz is really got to wake up and figure out what they got to do in the playoffs. I mean, they just seem so flat tonight. Yeah, granted, they did have 33 points, but they just came out so flat in the second half, and they acted like they just had no organization whatsoever. So I think they really got to look at the film tape of tonight, and then after they look at tonight, they got to look at their opponent, which they will find out on Sunday. And one thing to say about the 12th man, nothing other than Beaumont. The fan base out here, the stands were packed. It was shoulder to shoulder out here in the stadium, and you could just tell the passion. Anytime Tahquitz got a big first down, silence. You can just hear a balloon pop just out in the open, and it's amazing how much passion this team has. And the great thing about Beaumont is they can enjoy a first-round home playoff game, and what better way to do it than next week? And for this team, they'll definitely savor that time here. Absolutely, man. And when we walked into this stadium, boy, we were just taken aback at just how beautiful the field is, and that awesome video board is just insane. And what better place to do it than here in Beaumont? Again, Beaumont wins it by a final of 35-33. We'll see you in the playoffs starting next week. 5 sections, count of 5. We're covering up in Northern California and down south in Southern California. We'll see you all the way to the State Bowl Championships held on December the 16th at the Home Depot Center in Carson, California. From all of us here and PlayOnSports.com, for Tim Barker, this is Manny Nunez signing off here. We'll see you next week for the CIF playoffs.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.